box of whipped cream for what? I don't know.
I think that's for you and Tommy later.
Okay, great. I'll save that. I'll put that to the side. And then I have truffle butter mushrooms, asparagus steamed / sauteed, 1 pound baked potato. 1 pound baked potato.
Can we open that? What is
yeah,
that?
I was just about to say, can I open this?
By the way, I just want to shout out Patrick, who's the general manager, who's a dear friend of mine. I know he's working tirelessly to keep the lights on. And he sent me a personal note saying that his daughters, Ava, Stella, Capri, and Mila, are big fans of yours. So I just wanted to shout them out.
Ava, Stella, Capri, and Mia?
Mila.
Mila. Okay. Ava, Stella, Capri, and Mila. Sending all my love. Thank you so much for this incredible food. You guys, this is dense. This is very heavy. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, Mastro's signature butter cake sorbet.
So, I think what it is in each box is what's highlighted.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay, so I have a massive box of mushrooms for my 1 pound potato. King salmon twin lobster.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys.
Which one is this? Let's see.
This is the king lobster.
Oh, is this the lobster? Hold on,
For
guys.
sure.
I just gotta show you.
I know, I have to show you my massive lobster. Oh my gosh. And look at this presentation. So good. Wow, truly beautiful.
Wait, how do you like your lobster? Should we try that first, or what do you want to try first?
Yeah, let's try the lobster first.
Do you put the lemon on it? Are you like a lemon person?
Oh yeah, definitely a lemon person.
I'm not a lemon person. I like salt.
Really? Salt on your lobster?
Depends. But I'm more of like a salt or dip in mayo or dip in like
some kind of sauce.
I'm not a big lemon person.
Really, I really like lemon. I didn't used to. I don't know what it is about it. I just like the way that it makes seafood taste. It gives it like this kind of freshness, but it's clearly seasoned with like a bunch of incredible. I don't know. Yeah, let's try it. I know. I'm like, do I have the right utensils for this? Wow. I love that we're having the same meal. I didn't know that was a part of it.
This is so cute. It's our virtual meal.
Our little date.
This looks so good. Hold on.
You guys.
Mmm.
I have to get like a big piece. Wow, I've not had lobster in like over a year. Okay.
Same. Oh my god, it's so good, right?
Oh my god.
Can we just like show that lobster, man? It's like actually so amazing. It's insane. Like people have no idea.
Like you guys. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys want to see this? This is unreal.
It's amazing.
This is like the most perfectly cooked and seasoned lobster I think I've ever had.
It's so
I've
good.
also never been so bougie to have lobster be delivered to my house. I feel very bougie.
Today's a bougie day. Not every day's been bougie, but today, you know what? I wanted to surprise you because I love you so much.
I love you. You're so kind to me.
No, I mean, so literally, like, look, I've known you forever. I'm sure a lot of people here have known you forever, but not everyone has. So I just want to hear a little bit about, like, how did you begin? What was the start for you of this business for you? Where did you come from?
First of all, if you just saw an arm swipe up into frame, that was my cat, who's very into this idea of this meal right now. Where did I start? I mean, one of my very first films I made was actually where I met you. Funny enough, you get yourself away from the lobster. I met you on the set of Barely Lethal, right?
Yes.
And you were taking photos. We were in like somebody's backyard or something. And you had this really nifty camera, and it was white. And I remember being like, ooh, I want one of those. What was that camera? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think it was a Sam's. I don't think they make them anymore. It was like,
no.
But it was like the cool thing at the time. This was like 7 or 8 years ago.
And
it was like a Samsung camera, and you could send it right to your phone.
Yeah. Or could you print it from it?
Maybe.
No,
maybe. I never had the printer, but you might have been able to.
It was very fancy, and I remember being like, wow, this guy's really fancy. And you were taking photos of us and taking photos just all around the set, and that was our meet-iversary. I'm sure if we looked it up, we could have an actual date. But that was one of my first films. It was one of my first films outside of Disney, but I got my start. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like one of those classic, just like slow snowball Hollywood things. Like I came to LA, with a dream, and my mother, who's always a big part of making anything happen for their child's career. And I just was hell bent on being an actor, and I really loved film, and I really loved music, and I found myself doing TV and music, and yeah, I guess the very first thing that I did was I did a series of episodic guest roles um, to get my feet wet, and then I booked Disney pretty early on, and that's I mean that's yeah I don't know, it was kind of like everything happened at once, but it was definitely something that I felt like I always said that you have to go in with no backup plan, because if you have a
Mm,
backup plan you will give up, because it is such a tough industry and you get so much rejection at different levels. Like it doesn't actually, it's like once you break in, the rejection doesn't stop. It's like it's quite a tough industry just to even be in. I'm sure that you feel the same. Like even though we're in different professions within this industry can be quite um, just like a task to be a part of every day.
mm. Uh, Absolutely. I mean, it's so funny. So it was Liv and Maddie your first thing?
Technically, I did a movie called Cloud Nine for the Disney Channel
Okay, got it.
before that,
I don't
but yeah.
I don't know why in my brain I always thought you did Broadway first because I know you've done Broadway.
Yeah, I think it's because I started out doing stage. Like I started out doing stage, but it was all like smaller local things. And the idea was either my parents had just split up, and me being a 13-year-old, I used that as like leverage to be
Mm,
like, okay, mom, you're at a point in your life where you're either gonna go one way or the other, and I know where I want to go, so let me lead you there. And I was like, either you're gonna move to a big city, because she just gotten her master's degree in sustainability, and she wanted a new job, and it was like she was going to start over in her life, and so I was trying to convince her to start her life over in LA or New York. And basically we decided on LA. If I was to go to New York, I would have done stage. Maybe that's what you're thinking, because I was thinking I might have gone straight for stage, but then we chose LA literally because she was like, I hate the weather in New York, and LA seemed like some place that she might be able to like find a job more easily. And so we chose it, based on practicality. And then my whole career has been based in LA and film and TV, and not stage. Stage
mm.
more recently, but
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna know because you've done stage recently and to like incredible reviews. First of all,
Thank you.
I really wanted to see the one that you had done in London, and we missed each other, and that was
Yeah.
everyone. You got a lot of praise for that. So.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I guess I sort of got a little like gun shy about stage. I sort of feel like there's such different mediums, film and TV and stage, and if you've been doing one for a while, I just sort of feel like the other one loses steam, it loses its credibility, and so I was like, oh God, do I even know how to do this anymore? So I kind of took like a year, and I did Clueless, and then I did Light in the Piazza twice. Um, and I really feel good now. I feel like I've like really worked on that in terms of like how I feel about it. I can now confidently be like, I'm a stage performer. I trust myself in that medium. Whereas before, I would have felt kind of like a fraud if I had said that I was a stage performer. But yeah, I definitely, it's so nice to be able to feel free to do so much. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking like what you just said about this like sort of pressure to like make the right moves and to be strategic about like do you do this project next or this project next? And I feel a lot of that all the time in what I do as a photographer, and I know as an actor you must like it's crazy the amount of sort of pressure and there's so many voices in the room about like if you don't do this next you're never going to get here or you have to be more like this or more like that and it's really hard to like sometimes navigate that.
Yeah, and I also think something that I'm really facing right now is like there's this sort of invisible thing, because there used to be what, like 50 well-known celebrities in old Hollywood. We could all name them, most of the big ones. And now, because of the amount of different avenues you can go down, different sort of like, I guess, like I don't know, maybe types of celebrity you can be, like the ways that you can gain a sort of a following or a credibility. It's so vast. You know, I feel like there are more famous people, more working actors, singers, performers, artists than there ever have been. And there's a sort of an invisible, like they all go into a sort of a category, you know, whether or not that's intentional or not, like in the eyes of a audience or in the eyes of the public. And it's really, really hard right now because it's such a slippery slope. It's like if you do too much of this, you slip that way, and then you can't do that stuff. And if you do too much over here, you slip that way, and maybe you make more money or maybe you have more fun, but then you can't do that stuff. And it's like it's very much um it's very slippery right now where it may feel like there are more opportunities for performers than ever. I think that it's also very it's a sort of a tricky place to navigate with all of this like social media and the way that media is changing rapidly. It's definitely something that we all have to be a little heads up about as performers, and even, you know, like I mean everybody in the industry has to be very like heads up on their career right now. um, but it's also fun. A lot of it's in our control more so than ever, so that's sort of a double-edged thing, I guess.
Hmm. Should we try something else? What do we want to try next?
Oh,
There's so much.
let's I know, I'm like what let's see, what's this? That looks cold. We'll wait for that. I think that's desserty. I think I have French fries here. Do I just have a whole box dedicated to only French fries? Yes. Oh my God, you guys. And also Justin.
What? What
Do
is
you
this?
have this?
Oh, yes, this is my favorite thing ever.
What in the world? I have never
Like,
seen this many
literally.
fries. Okay, wait. I have to put this lobster aside, not because I want to, but because my focus has been stolen. Okay, will you try fries with me?
Yes. Oh my, are you kidding me? Fries are my favorite thing.
Fries are my favorite thing. Gorge. Do you hear my cat?
Even
Oh
your
my God.
cat wants
Oh
it.
my God.
It's so good.
What is this baked in?
It's literally amazing. I mean, like, I'm a fry addict.
What is this baked in? These taste really different than other fries.
They're so good.
Oh my God, Mastros. Is that how you say it? Mastros?
Yeah, Mastros.
Love Mastros. Big, big fan.
It's so good.
Is this baked in truffle butter?
It
I
might
can't
be.
get over it. Probably.
It might
Um,
actually be.
Quality. It's just solid truffle butter. What have you
Um,
been doing at home to keep yourself feeling inspired? Because I feel like you are such a people person, and you're such a person that like thrives on the energy of set and of people and creatives and beauty. What are you doing?
Honestly, I've just been trying to stay as creative as possible. I've been working on a lot of like projects that are virtual. I've been collaborating with a lot of people around the world to do stuff in that space, but that's different and transformative and pushing what that looks like, acknowledging that it's virtual, not trying to be something else.
Yeah,
Um, so I've been doing a lot of that. I've been working on this platform on TINGS, so we have a lot of exciting stuff planned coming up.
love
You've been an
things.
early supporter. So you've already been in one issue. We need to have you back, obviously,
Which, by the way,
as
was one of
many
my
times as
favorite
possible.
shoots ever. I look back on that shoot and I'm like, wow, like we just woke up that day and we said, I don't know, like it was so beautiful. You're so talented.
Thank you.
Really?
No, it's all you. Stop. It's all you. Thank you. I was also thinking back to, because you mentioned Barely Lethal. That's where we first met, which is crazy. And like, what a group that cast was, and like what that group has become. I mean, from yourself and Sophie Turner and Haley Steinfeld and Jessica Alba, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, obviously Samuel and Jessica were already big
Right.
superstars, but the three of you have become such superstars in the past. Well, I don't know, was it 6 years, 7 years? I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, do you still ever see anyone from that, or
You know, I actually haven't seen Sophie Turner since like the day we wrapped, which is really
wow,
funny. I know, how funny.
yeah,
Um, I love her so much. She's so funny. I mean, obviously, like I said, I haven't seen her since then, but like I just think as a person, she's so lovely, so normal, so down to earth, so like strange and like through and through, like just a really, really good person
She
overall.
is. She's. I love her.
I love her. Um, and then I have seen Haley a couple times because, she's done some things like she's had some cross, like we've been at the same events, we've been like, introducing some people or something like that. But it's always been pretty brief, but I've texted her a few times. I mean, she's killing it, right? She's amazing. I'm trying to think if I've seen anybody else from that. I mean,
You've probably seen Jamie and Kyle, right?
yeah, I've seen Kyle. I've seen Kyle. It's so funny that that was like it was such a weird, like at the time we had no idea how
Where
different.
everyone would go.
Yeah, and everybody's
Yeah.
career is so different, like so singular, and like their performance styles and who they've become is so different than who they were then as well. It's
Mm-mm-mm.
wild to think about. And it's also such a funny little movie that like some people know about. I still get tweets about it. And then some people have no idea. And then when you look back, you're like, all of these people in the same movie. What a weird thing.
I know it was really special, and us being. I feel like we're all such good friends from that because we were all in Atlanta. We're not even in Atlanta. We were a lot of it was 2 hours in the suburbs outside of Atlanta.
Was that where we were? Because I've been to Atlanta since, and like my memory, I'm like, I don't remember any of this.
We were like 2 hours outside of Atlanta for most of it.
Yeah,
Staying at like a motel basically. We were all like
yeah.
at that motel. I remember it was like fenced up, and there were like people
Chicken and
selling
waffles
tasers on
everywhere.
the outside,
Yes.
and there was like a Waffle House across the street, and that was it.
Yes.
You either had
Yes.
to eat at the Waffle House, the Red Lobster, or the IHOP. Those are the only three
The only
options.
options. Yeah, which at the time was great.
It was. I was
At the
like,
time, it was like,
Lobster House felt like a luxury then.
yeah.
Or yeah, whatever it's called, lobster something.
And
Yeah.
that was the last time we ate lobster until today.
It might have been the
Just
last time
kidding.
I've had lobster.
Also, did you come with us when we went to like Maine,
No.
Atlanta? No,
Oh yeah, yes. I was there for a week. Yeah.
because that was when we like got, what is it, Lenox Square Mall, and it was like very exciting that there was this massive mall. I remember I went back recently because Thomas was there. No, yeah, Thomas was there shooting something. And I was like, oh my God, memories. I feel like if you're an actor or you work on films, you like know Atlanta and Vancouver and like New Mexico really well. And
Sometimes Shreveport.
I've never been there. Where's
A
that?
lot of stuff films. I think that's Louisiana, and a lot of stuff. A lot of the Marvel stuff films there. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say Vancouver and Atlanta are probably the
Oh,
two.
love Vancouver.
I know, me too. That's where Cammy films. That's why I was talking to her on Monday, and so it's
Is she
funny.
still there?
No, she is back in LA. Thankfully, she
Oh
got
my
back. I
gosh.
think she was able to get back like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I think.
That would be so stressful to be working and then, I mean, even though
No.
I'm sure they all have apartments there, like that would be so stressful.
Hmm. Yeah, because you're so isolated. When you're working, it's not so bad because you're working like 16-hour days. But
Yeah.
then, like, if you're isolated there and you're not working, it's like you're really alone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And not at home either.
Should
Well,
we
that's so good.
try? Should we try something else? What else?
Yes.
What else? There's so.
Oh my gosh. I have a whole king salmon.
Ooh, I have that too.
You get me two dinners?
I told them just to surprise us, so
Oh
I
my.
think this is all.
You guys,
This is good.
are you a big salmon person?
I am. I do. Are
Big
you?
person. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good for your skin. So.
I was just about to say that. I was like, should I say that it's like a big secret for your skin? Just like all the fatty oils in salmon, the natural fat production is like so good for your skin.
Now,
And
do
this
you do
lemon,
the lemon on this too?
I
I'm
love
gonna try
lemon on
this
it.
one with the lemon.
I think it's really nice. I don't know why. My taste buds changed. I used to be like you. I used to not be a lemon person. You know what though?
I
Do
like
you
this
say
with
you
the
like
lemon.
mayo?
I do like mayo.
I used to not be a mayo person, and now on lockdown, I've been making so many sandwiches for Thomas for lunch because he makes dinner and I do lunch.
You're so domestic. You're
No,
making
I'm
you're
really
like a
not.
1950s housewife making the sandwich.
I wake him up and I say, "What do you want, baby?" I do. I make breakfast and lunch, which at first I was like, "That's an easy trade-off," and now I'm so lazy. I'm like,
And
I'm
who
like,
does the dishes?
Well, that's the main point of contention. I'm looking at him outside right now. That's the main point of contention. Basically, the thinking is that because I do breakfast and lunch, he does those dishes, and then he does dinner, and so I do those dishes. But the dinner dishes are always like a fucking like sorry.
Yeah, that's not that's not a fair trade.
No, it's not. It's not a fair trade because the dinner dishes are like they're. I mean, it's like the whole. It looks like there's been a bomb that's gone off in the kitchen, and then breakfast and lunch is like a bowl, a
You
plate with a few crumbs on it. It's not fair at
yeah,
all.
you're definitely getting the short end of this.
I know, but to be fair, he like makes meals a lot longer than I do. I'm kind of like,
True.
do you want a sandwich? I'm really lazy about it, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. I'm like watching YouTube videos about like healthy, easy meals. I might get an air fryer. Fuck it.
I got an air fryer.
Do you love it?
That's the only way I can cook anything. I think you press a button and it's done.
Oh my god, wait. I just took my first bite of that salmon. That's amazing.
It is really good, right?
Like tender.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I like the lemon on this one. Wait, what's your go-to thing in the air fryer? What do you make in the air fryer?
I've not made anything. I don't have it yet.
Oh, you don't have it yet. Okay, you need to get it.
But my plan, I watched somebody's YouTube video where they make a like coconut chicken strip. So they take like these not pre-made, they're like pre-sliced chicken strips, but they're like natural organic chicken. And then they dip it in an egg.
Mm-hmm.
And then they dip that in coconut shavings and then like some spice. And then they just pop it in the air fryer for 10 minutes and it's ready. And I was like,
so
what?
I do the same thing, but with almond flour instead. And it's amazing.
Because it's like breading.
Yeah. And it's just almonds.
My God. And that's so great because I'm so lazy in the kitchen, but I don't want unhealthy food because I've just gotten to this point where I feel awful. Like when I'm having more blueberry Nutella like bagels than I am like not throughout the day, like replacing meals with that, I'm starting to feel like a crazy person.
What is your like go-to, like, I don't care about the calories, I don't care about the carbs, like what is your go-to cheat food? Like if you're just gonna like go for it.
Okay. I actually have an answer for this. Have you ever been, you're gonna be like, no, because it is so divey. But there's this donut place in Burbank on Magnolia. Do you know about this? It's a 24-hour donut hut.
No.
Where they make it, it's like its own thing. It doesn't have a chain. It doesn't have, I think it's the only one. And it's just like these guys. I don't even know who owns it. It's just the same couple of guys all the time, 24 hours. And they're making fresh donuts constantly. So cheap, like 69 cents per donut. And you show up and you get like a dozen of them. And they are the nicest donuts you've ever had. I can't even explain it. Like there's something about, like, I don't know what they do, but the
What's
freshness.
Your favorite kind of donut?
Honestly, they're so good that their donuts, like glazed, plain glazed.
Same. I just like plain glazed.
Yeah.
My favorite donut is this place. Have you heard of Donut Friend?
No.
It's downtown. I Postmate it. It's so bad. But it's literally
you don't want to go to downtown?
it's vegan, first of all, but it's like you cannot tell the difference between that and Krispy Kreme, and if you can, the difference is that theirs is even better. Like it doesn't taste like one of those vegan like cakey weird donuts.
It's not like heavy.
No, it's like fully fried in sugar. Like it's amazing, but no dairy. It's incredible, and they do all these weird things too. Like they have all weird flavors too, and then they have just the classic. They're amazing.
You're blowing my mind.
I'm gonna send you a box.
Let's support them.
Yeah, they're amazing too. Yeah.
I was gonna say shout out to all of our favorite donut places. Everybody, please continue to order donuts. No, but we have a couple times.
Wait, let's look at some of these fan questions because they're like piling up, and I feel like we should give someone. Most of them are fan compliments to you.
Aww.
Okay, let's see. This is a good question. What was your first reaction when you got your part in Descendants?
Actually, that's so crazy because I was on the set of Barely Lethal when I got the part in Descendants. So that's really weird. I was 17 and I was in the crafty. We were having lunch, which at the time it was like 9 p.m., like really late lunch. Because if you start filming really late, or you have to do a night shoot, oftentimes we'll have lunch anytime, like any time, 6 hours after we start, 6 to 8 hours. And so we were having it at like 9 or 10 p.m. and it was pouring rain, and I was in this tent and I got a phone call from an unknown number, which almost always at the time meant it was Disney Channel. I wasn't cool enough to have anybody's phone number at the time.
Oh, stop.
They were like super covert about it. They were like, you don't get to know who's calling, or how to contact us. And they called me and they, yeah, offered me the part. And I remember it being like, at the time I had already met with Kenny Ortega, which kind of let me know the magnitude of the project that they were planning and sort of what they wanted to do with it and how serious they were about it. And so I was really excited that they trusted me with that. Again, it was kind of like another kind of a crazy project like Liv and Maddie, you know, asking me to play twins. So I was feeling very like good about that. I was like, cool. I love that there's this massive corporation and they're trusting me with these two big projects that they are really excited about, even though I didn't know what it was going to be. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said something. You said you weren't cool enough to have anyone else's phone number. So this sparked a question that I personally want to know. Because you were cool enough then, and you're definitely cool enough now. Who's the coolest person you have in your phone book? Is there anyone that you're like, well, I can't, as a kid, you'd be like, I can't believe I have that number. Whose number is the coolest you have?
There's actually a couple that like would really geek me out. I just recently became like weirdly friends with Amy Adams.
Okay, I love.
And
Well,
I
that's
love
amazing.
Amy Adams, and
Yeah.
I was freaking out because she asked me to do a couple of basically we've been working together on a couple like charity initiatives, but she wanted to talk to me one day and I was like panicking. I was like, oh my god, I was coconut oil in my hair and I was like, Amy Adams, don't look at me. And she FaceTimed me and we ended up talking for like 40 minutes about just like life, and she's the nicest person alive. And I guess I didn't know what to expect because she's such a, you know, it's like it's not like her personality is really like, I mean, she's a person, right? It's not like blasted all over the internet. And she's the nicest person ever. And then I also would really geek out, obviously, about Kristen Chenoweth, but also Adam Sandler. I I love Adam
That's a good one.
Sandler. Yeah, so I was
Adam
really
once
excited about
drove
that.
me on a golf cart around the lot where Happy Madison is, and I'll never forget that. I was geeking out. That was cool.
Iconic, truly
Yeah,
iconic,
he's iconic. He is.
and such a
And
good
so is Amy.
guy.
I mean, those are some cool. Okay, you definitely winning.
I
You're
was
cool.
yeah, I definitely I was yeah, that was a very pinch me moment.
Wait, here's a question. What is your favorite Starbucks drink?
I'm so boring. Well, so what I normally get is a venti iced cold brew with light ice because if I get loads of ice, I'm kind of like, you're dripping me on my coffee. So I ask for like very little ice so that I get more caffeine. It's really bad for you. I shouldn't have as much caffeine as I do. But if I'm gonna like get fancy, I have a venti skinny vanilla latte with an ad shot and soy milk. And soy milk I don't think is great for you in big amounts, but every once in a while I'll have some. And only skinny just means that the vanilla syrup is sugar free. So I feel like I'm like kind of cheating, kind of not. But yeah.
Wait, here's a question that I actually don't know the answer to. Are you naturally blonde? I don't know this.
I am. I am. It's like a sort of an Amanda Seyfried blonde. Do you know what I
Okay, but
mean?
that's blonde. That's very blonde.
Yeah, it's like a honey blonde. It's just that when I have like, you can kind of see it. Like I have these highlights that make this look really dark, but I'm gonna try to grow out my natural color so that you guys can see how blonde it really is. Because I always color in my eyebrows because they're too light. Um, but yeah, I don't think I've actually had my natural hair color in years. I mean, since I was like maybe 9. So it'll be a fun quarantine experiment.
I mean, well, Amanda Seyfried's hair color is stunning, so it's going to be stunning, and you're stunning. So. I'd say that it's not much of an experiment. We know you're going to look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, here's a good one. What is your quarantine Netflix recommendation? Have you been binge watching anything?
Yeah, although I feel really bad to say I don't know if this is on Netflix or not. We just started watching Dead to Me. I
That I
think it's
think
on
that's
Netflix with
Netflix. Yeah, that's
Christina
Netflix.
Applegate.
Mm-hmm.
We just started watching that. We're really into that. We've already finished, I don't know if this is Netflix, but we've already finished all of Ozark. We watched The Office, the whole series for like the 6th time already. What else have we watched? It's been a lot. We've done a lot of binging. We're right now enjoying RuPaul, the current season.
I haven't seen it, but I need. Everyone says I would love that.
It's what? Wait, you haven't seen it at all?
Never. I've never seen one episode.
I can't overstate it enough. When people told me that I was gonna love it, I was like, okay. But it is like I can't. I can't overstate it. It's so good. You have to watch it. Start with like season 7 or something,
Okay.
and work your way up, and you'll be so happy you did it.
You need to watch Normal People. Have you seen Normal People?
No,
Okay,
that's
that's
my one new thing I need to watch.
no, like it's like changed my life. It's the best thing.
Really?
It's the best thing I've seen in at least a year. You
That's
have
so exciting.
It's on Hulu. It's incredible. I think it was made for the BBC and Hulu bought it. It's two sort of new undiscovered actors. It is the best thing I've ever seen. There's only 12 episodes. They're like 30 minutes each, so it's very, very achievable to do it in like 1 or 2 days. Amazing. Like,
Okay.
set in Ireland. It's a love story in Ireland, modern day Ireland. You're going to love it because it's
We
very
love
going to
it.
be like, you're going to feel very like you could relate.
We love to see it. Yeah, I
Um,
absolutely, yeah, I love shit like that. I need a new like actual TV show to binge because I'm getting burnt out on my like terrible reality TV. It's making me feel sad.
what's
Do
your
you
like
ever?
go, what's your go-to? Honestly, I actually don't watch any, and that's the honest truth. So I need a good recommendation.
Okay, if you don't watch any, oh, there are so many good ones. Um, 90 Day Fiance is great. It's about people who are on 90-day visas, and like with the show films them like with the intent to get married, and the couples are, you just have to watch it for yourself. It's a very entertaining, like in-depth look at a sort of a funny human process. But I don't know. Like, if you don't watch any reality TV, I feel like things like Love Island aren't going to be great. I don't know. It's really hard. Oh, you know what you should watch? This is actually a great recommendation. I was I was so into this. 100 People, 100 Humans. Did you watch that?
No, what's that?
Okay, it's not quite a reality show. It's like a social experiment show where they have three comedians, um, who like they perform social experiments on a group of 100 people, diverse in age and gender and everything, and they go all across the board with like all these sort of like groups of people, and then they do these social experiments on them, never really telling them they sign up for this. It's not like evil, but never telling them what the intent of the social experiment is so that the humans can't hack it. And it just basically shows like a really in-depth look at the human psyche and like biases and what age group is better at what, and it's utterly fascinating and like uplifting because it's quite positively done, and I'm like begging for a second season.
Oh my god.
I
I'm
think
gonna
you'd be
watch. And the
fascinated.
other one you said, Nicola. You know Nicola. She's been telling me to watch that one too. 90 Day Fiance. Or yeah, okay. She binge watched the whole thing with Brooklyn, so I need to watch that.
It's
I feel like
amazing. I
that's the
love
one I'm
it.
gonna start with because you've said it. She said it. I feel like if I'm gonna like dip my toe in, I'll dip it there. I just tend to like scripted drama. I like anything that's like sad and like torture.
Sad and depressing and just, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I need to watch more of that because I've gone and I'm burnt out on reality TV. I'm feeling like I need some substance, but now you can take over. I'll send you all of my best recommendations.
Should we dig into this dessert? Like, should we try this dessert that they sent? I mean, it looks
Yes.
amazing. Hold on. I need to like clear room for it because they sent so much.
Butter cake. Okay, this is, I feel very spoiled, and food is one of my main love languages, so I don't even think that's on the chart, but for me it is. This is a full
Wait, what?
blown. I'm opening the butter cake. Hurry, hurry up.
That's epic.
Wow.
That's epic.
I have never even heard of a butter cake. But this is now, wow. It smells like honey and it just looks like solidified sugar.
It's really
You
good.
trying
Wait,
it?
people love when we drip things on things, so let's show them. Let's
Okay.
show them the drip. Hold on.
Okay. People love when we drip things on things. Oh, this is hard to do.
Wait, yeah, it doesn't. Oh, there we go.
I got
Now,
it. Oh,
ooh.
yeah. Wow. What is this?
I don't know, but it smells like
Ooh.
what I imagine heaven to smell like.
Yeah, this is like, oh my God, and it's so thick. I don't even know if we could consider that a syrup. It's like a,
It's like
it's
it's
like
like
its
its own
own.
thing.
Yeah. It's its own dessert.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Wait, I'm going straight for the center. I don't even know what I have no expectation for how this is going to taste because I can't tell.
Mm,
What
it's really
is
good.
that?
That's really, really good.
Oh my
God,
God, what is that?
this is amazing. And I'm like, I'm more of a
Pastos.
salty person than a sweet person, but this, I could, yeah, that's
But it's
amazing.
got salt in it. It's like salted on the top.
Yeah, it's so good.
Whoa. It's like a cheesecake. It's like a cakey bread.
Yeah, it has that like the savoriness of like a
A
salty
cheesecake.
cheese with bread and almost amazing.
But maybe, oh my gosh, maybe that's the butter. Maybe there's like a solid stick of butter in here for sure.
Mm.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Here's here's a really good question. No, that's not a really good. Someone said, "Do you play basketball?" That's a random question.
Get to the real details. Does she play basketball? The people want to know. I don't.
um, what are your? You have tattoos. Someone's saying, "What are your tattoos?" I didn't even know you have tattoos. Do you?
What? Yeah, I have 11.
You have 11 tattoos. Which one's your
Yeah,
favorite? Which one's your favorite?
that's really hard. That's really hard. I don't know. They're all things that I got because they really like meant a lot. So I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, I got this one for Cameron. Everybody knows that it is a homage to his Wielding Peace campaign, in which Cameron was attempting to show people holding things in the way that you would hold a firearm, but with peaceful things in their place as well to encourage healthier outlets than gun violence for youths and just for everyone everywhere as well, just sort of like a promotion of peace. That was the main thing he was working on before he passed, and so I really wanted to get something that not only to me signified Cameron, but that Cameron would feel good about, like
Hmm.
like a sort of a honestly, I didn't, I mean, I put thought into it, but I knew that I wanted it to be something that he felt like was a continuation of his work, something that he was doing now, something that wasn't just for me, but was also for him. So that's definitely one of my favorites. I also got this one right here that says "Candy is dandy,"
I
and
love that.
it's my dad always used to have me say this thing. I don't remember who the quote is by, and everybody's gonna be mad at me for that, but I only know it is something my dad used to say, where he would go, "Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker." And so he'd have me go to like
That's
different
cute.
adults that would be really scandalized by that when I was like 3 years old, and I just knew that I'd never had a tattoo for my dad, and he passed so long ago, and I knew that I wanted to, so yeah, yeah. So those are probably my two favorites.
This is I think, a really good question, and a question that a lot of people can relate to. People who are in quarantine with other people, whether it's siblings, significant others. How do you maintain a sense of like calm and not being overwhelmed? Because it can be a lot to be so on top of someone else for so many hours of the day. It's not, we're not used to that at all. Like we're used to being able to like go out and do our thing and then come home and see our partner or our family, and we're all stuck right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that that's something that it's something that none of us really have any experience navigating. Like I don't know anybody who I could call and be like, "How did you do that?" Right? It's something that we're all attempting to learn how to do. And there is a sort of a sense of a new normal, I feel like, with that. But I think as long as you are patient with yourself, and patient with whoever you're living with, there's going to be discord. There just is. Like that, like you said, humans aren't meant to be doing this, and even if we were, we're not used to doing this now. So I would say that as long as there's patience and grace on both sides, and as long as we are all constantly reminding each other what a strange situation this is, like half the time my best friend will just be like, "This is weird. This is a weird situation. Don't think too much about it. Like, stop judging yourself. This is bizarre. You don't need to have it all figured out." And just even that reminder of being like, "Oh, yeah, this is really weird. Of course, I'm not processing things fully or correctly or healthiest." Then it can kind of help you put things into perspective and take a step back. And then just like taking time purposefully for yourself, even if you don't want to. I catch myself being like, "Oh, I really want to be around Thomas right now," or "Oh, I really want to be like dotting around the apartment." And I'll be like, "Okay, but I know it's important to even just put your headphones in, even just like step into another room, or if you can. Like for us, we don't have any rooms because we live in a studio, but we'll like step on the balcony or like go upstairs or something like that." So yeah, I think just setting that time aside and being patient.
And then you remind me of something that I wasn't even thinking, because of course Thomas is from Scotland, right? And you spend a lot of time there. you guys have been, as long as, you know, for the last couple of years, kind of back and forth, back and forth. How's that been for him and for even for you? Because like that's an extended family at this point.
Mm.
They're so separated, and you're so stuck here. At least you
Yeah.
have your mom here, right? So that's nice.
Yeah. In all honesty, my mom has used to have an autoimmune thing with her lungs, and so we don't see her very much. As in, like, we try not to see her very much. So I think that it was a bit of, I mean, it was a bit of like a tough decision. Like when we first quarantined, he had just driven all the way to New Mexico to come like get me, so I didn't have to get on a plane. And he drove me all the way
That's
back
so
to LA.
romantic, by the way.
So sweet. I know. Such a sweetheart. And we took like a little extra couple days to road trip back through Arizona, which was, oh my God, it was amazing. And through Vegas. And we took like some detours. But we got back home and it was like, what do you do? Like, you know, his family is obviously far away. And what about the travel ban? And what about, you know, on the way, are you going to pick anything up? Are you going to come back and get your family sick? And then what if you can't get back into the States? You know, it was something that we had to think about. And I think we just made the decision that it probably was safer to like both be here, just for like literally like spreading reasons, like just maybe don't travel, maybe don't get on 3 connecting flights, uh, especially if you don't know if you're picking it up along the way, you know, especially if you're not someone who is symptomatic. But it wasn't really something that was like super thought out. It was something we had to think about really quickly. So yeah, it's hard for him. I think it's hard for anyone who's stuck and not really able to see their family. And I think he's just. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he's just managing. He's really in a lot of contact with them. We do like quizzes every week. This is quite a British thing. Do you ever do this? Like a family
You
quiz or
know
like a pub
what's fun?
quiz?
Not with my American family, but I did this with a lot of my British friends.
How
They
fun.
were like, "Do you want to do this quiz with us?" And we did this online virtual quiz. It was so fun. I beat them, by the way.
Oh my God, how fun is it? It's like
It's
something that we
so
don't
fun.
have here that then when
So
you start doing it, you're like, why don't we do this?
it's so fun. But what was weird was I can't remember the name of it, but it was actually an American app that they all play, and I had never heard of.
Really? And it was a
Mhm.
quiz app?
It was a quiz app. It's an American app because a lot of the questions were like about stuff that we would know and they would not know, like presidents and stuff.
Mm.
Um, but they all play it there, and their whole group of friends plays it, and I had never heard of it, so it must be way more popular there.
Yeah, it's quite a normal thing. I actually people in the UK think it's just like everywhere. I had to be like, no, Americans don't do this. But yeah, we've been doing like quizzes every week. So somebody will come up with the answers. This week it's our turn, and it's like a fun way to feel connected. But yeah, he's been here for a while anyway, so he knows how to keep in contact with his family there. But yeah.
So just a last few final fun rapid fire questions
Okay.
that I know people are dying. I've seen a lot of repeat questions. So one, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, Pan's Labyrinth or The Elephant Man or Down with Love with Ewan McGregor and Renee Zellweger.
Mm,
Classic. Look it up.
yeah. Favorite song of the moment. What are you listening to on repeat right now?
Oh, that's really hard. I feel like Working for the Weekend. Who's that by? Everybody's working for the weekend. I've been
I could
downloading all
just hear
these
you
like.
sing all day. Ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
stop. No,
got
stop.
chills.
No, but I downloaded a bunch of old songs, so it's nothing current.
And this is one I saw a lot of. What is your favorite song to sing?
That's really hard. I don't know. Ah, musical theater is hard to sing, so I like to do that. But also, I've been really enjoying like I love singing Ariana Grande stuff because it's like quite fun. Like her
What's your
music's
favorite?
quite.
Which one's your favorite?
I don't know. Maybe like the night, like
Oh, oh!
or like, or I can't think of anything. I don't know. I mean, I love all of her songs. It's like anything else. Like if something seems like hard to sing, it's like more fun to sing for a singer. So I just picked the
I
hardest.
love No Tears Left to Cry. I
Class.
love that. And God is a Woman.
Oh yeah, good
I
one.
love that one. I just feel like it's so.
Bang Bang by Nicki
Oh,
Minaj and Ari and oh my Jessie J. What a good song. That one's a classic. That one will live on.
that's a banger. That's
That's a
amazing.
banger.
What are
That
oh,
might be my
this,
favorite.
sorry, I know this is going on and on, but this just
No.
I want to know this. What are some of your favorite like British, Scottish terms, slangs you picked up? Because I have so many.
Oh,
I
good
spent a
one.
lot of time there too.
Good one. Well, when I first heard Thomas say we, I was like, what? Because in America, obviously, that means like pee. And so I was
Yeah.
like, why do you say that every 3 seconds? But now I say it all the time and I can't hear it. Like, just a wee bit of coffee, a wee bit of that, go over there, pop for a wee shop or something like that. I think that's pretty like in there. Class. When you say like class, it means like something's great. It's like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
class.
class.
Um, it's hard because if you just say them all the time, you can't like think of them. Why? What do you say?
I love well, obviously ting. That I picked that up there. I mean, it's originally Jamaican, but it's really British. You know, it's become British street slang, and
Straight
I use
slang.
that ever. Like he's a ting, she's a ting. You know, so
Oh
obviously,
yeah, tidy. If someone's good, like, oh yeah, she's tidy. You look tidy.
or peng.
Peng. Peng is quite a
Um,
London thing, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think some other ones. I mean, like
Thomas
just.
just very quietly in the background went, Peng.
Hi, Thomas.
Can you hear us?
I
Hi.
love him.
Peng.
Um, and I
Toti.
love calling people like I.
Toady.
Oh, what
Do you know
one?
toady?
No, what's that one?
Toady means like little. Like, oh, she's a toti wee thing. She's
I think it's a
toti.
Scottish one. I've never heard that
That
one.
might be Scottish.
That sounds Scottish. That sounds very Scottish.
You're like, that's not real.
And I address people like babe. Hey, babe. Like they use babe a lot.
Babes.
Which was so weird for me before I had British friends, and now I call everyone babe. When I call like.
When I
So.
first met Thomas and he first came to the set in Vancouver, he was calling everybody babes. And all the girls were like, what?
And you're probably like, excuse me?
Yeah, we were like, we don't know you. And we didn't realize it was like so normal. It's so funny now thinking
So,
back.
yeah, same thing. When people used to be like, hey, babe, I'm like, I don't know you like
I
that.
don't know you like that actually. Yeah. Are you flirting with me or what's happening? Am I liking it?
Anyway, Dove, thank you so much for being a
Thank
part of it.
you. Yeah,
Guys,
thank you so much.
you're going to be able to watch this for 24 hours. Dove's going to put it on her live story thing. I'm going to put it on our live story thing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting, local restaurants. I can't wait till we can like have a meal together at one.
Yes,
I
I
miss you.
know.
Thank you so much, Dove.
I love you. Thank you so much for having me. Mwah.
You're a
I'll
dream.
see you soon in person, hopefully. Love you.
Love you. I think you have to end, or do I have to end it? Oh, yeah.